Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to Shloka a day. Today's Shloka is Shloka number 8 of chapter 9. Prakritim swamavashtabhya
Prakritim swamavashtabhya
Visrajami punah punaha
Visrujami punah punaha
Bhutagramamimam kritsnam
Bhutagramamimam krutsnam
Avasham prakritervashat.
Avasham prakrutervashat.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Prakritim,
Prakritim,
the material nature.
the material nature.
Swam,
of
my personal self.
Of my personal self.
Avashtabhya, entering into. Visrajami, I create. Punaha punaha, again and again. Bhutagramam, all the cosmic manifestations. Imam, these. Kritsnam, in total. Avasham, automatically. Prakritehe, of the force of nature. Vashat, under obligation. Translation: the whole cosmic order is under me.
The whole cosmic order is under me.
Under my will.
It
is automatically manifested. Again and again. And under my will. It is annihilated at the end. So here it's quite clear. The Lord is stating that ultimately He is in control of everything. And everything happens as per His plan. And manifestation process, the maintenance process, and the dissolution process, all of it is under the control of the Supreme Lord. So essentially the entire cosmos is operating under the will of Lord Krishna. So Prabhupada writes in the purport, this material world is a manifestation of the inferior energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So although Maya Devi and Prakriti is referred to as the inferior energy, we don't look at it as being as Maya Devi herself being inferior. That's not how you look at this particular sentence or explanation that Srila Prabhupada is giving. It's just that it is an energy that is subservient to the Yoga Maya potency of the Lord. So in that sense, there is superiority and inferiority. But the personalities representing those energies in and of themselves are not inferior in any way. It's inferior in the sense that it subjugates the Jivatmas to their powers, to the lower powers of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So at the creation, the material energy is let loose as the Mahat Tattva, into which the Lord, as his first Purusha incarnation, Mahavishnu, enters. He lies within the causal ocean and breathes out innumerable universes. And into each universe, the Lord again enters as Garbho Dakashayi Vishnu. So when creation is present in its inert form, it is called Mahat Tattva. And into this, the three Purusha incarnations come into being, beginning with Mahavishnu, who actually produces all of the millions and trillions and billions of universes. And then in order to maintain each of those universes, this Mahavishnu expands himself as Garbho Dakashayi Vishnu, and thus enters every single universe as the super soul of that universe. Then as the Jivatmas are created, each universe is in that way created. He still further manifests himself as Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, and that Vishnu enters into everything, even into the minute atom. So you have a super soul for every single universe, which is Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. And then you have a super soul that pervades every single atom within each of those individual universes, and that is Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. So Mahavishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, and Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, and the different roles that they play as different personalities. Now, as far as the living entities are concerned, they are impregnated into this material nature. And as a result of their past deeds, they take different positions. So material nature in its original form is actually inert. That energy has to be activated by the energetic. And therefore it is said that when Mahavishnu glances over Prakriti, that's that process of agitating energy, and that energy comes alive. How does that energy come alive? That energy first comes alive in the form of the three gunas, Sattvagun, Rajagun, and Tamogun. Thus, the activities of this material world begin. The activities of the different species of living beings are begun from the very moment of the creation. It is not that all is evolved. Why is Prabhupada talking specifically about the process of evolution here? Darwin's theory about evolution is refuted by what our scriptures say. So Darwin suggests that all of the creatures evolved to become higher and higher beings. But that's not what our Shastras indicate. That all creatures, all of the varieties existed and came into being simultaneously. It's not that human beings evolved from monkeys. Monkeys were there, and so were human beings. And that has always been the case. Hence, Prabhupada is just stating that our scriptures do not believe in physical evolution. It is just the evolution of the consciousness that dictates which body that you occupy. So there's no concept of physical evolution, that different bodies change into other bodies over a period of time. It's just the evolution of the consciousness that determines which body that you occupy. The different species of life are created immediately along with the universe. So Brahma has to do the Visarga. So Mahavishnu does the Sarga, and then Brahma does the Visarga. So in that process of Visarga, the four broad categories of entities are created, which we discussed during the Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 1 introduction. Men, animals, beasts, birds, everything is simultaneously created, because whatever desires the living entities had at the last annihilation are again manifested. So what is the reason we have this specific number, 8.4 million species of life is there? It takes into account that many desires that a Jivatma has. So for every single type of desire, there is a different type of cloth or body form that you take on. So based on the Jivatma's desire, they will go and occupy a particular body. It is clearly indicated here by the word avasham that the living entities have nothing to do with this process. In the sense, the living entity does not engage in the process of evolution and creation. The state of being in their past life, in the past creation, is simply manifested again. And all this is done simply by his will. This is the inconceivable potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pashyame Yogam Aishwaram, we read in one of the earlier shlokas. And after creating different species of life, he has no connection with them. So Prabhupada explains, we read in one of the shlokas, how the Lord stays aloof from his creation. He doesn't interfere in the Jivatma's life. The creation takes place to accommodate the inclinations of the various living entities. And so the Lord does not become involved with it. So all of your desires are your own desires. The Lord has nothing to do with your desires. The desires originate in each of the Jivatmas. Therefore, the Lord does not interfere with your desires. The Lord only interferes with your desire if you have a desire to serve Him. And that's the desire that we should actually focus on, because then the Lord is personally engaged in the devotees' lives. The Lord is aloof from His non-devotees. The Lord is not at all aloof from His devotees' lives. But here, again, to reiterate, everything is created and manifested on time, on schedule, not a second late. This cycle goes on indefinitely. Infinitely, this goes on. That's the understanding of this shloka.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.